Hello and welcome to the Bubble Hangout Digital Careers Clinic with myself, Bubble Social Media Marketing Manager Lauren. Sorry for the late start, a few little technical difficulties which didn't help matters, but I'm here now, so ready to go. This Hangout, as you may or may not know, takes place once a month and it focuses on all things digital. So we'll take a look at some of the best job vacancies on our job board. We will talk you through some of this month's latest blog offerings, and we will answer your questions at the end of the Hangout about embarking on a career in digital. If you want to submit a question during the Hangout, you can do this by clicking on the Q&A icon in the top corner of your screen, and we'll answer it during the advice section of the show. So, but first up, shall we have a look at some of the latest job vacancies we've got on Bubble right now? First up, Government Department, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office are looking for people to join their team in London in the following roles. We've got Digital Transformation Manager and Digital Training and Upskilling Manager. Now, these are two really exciting roles to work in a huge government office, so really fantastic opportunities. So if you're interested, click the link on your screen now to apply. Next up, DIY retailer Screwfix are looking for people to join their team in Yeovil and Somerset in quite a few roles actually in the following roles. So it's Program Manager, Junior Business Analyst, Senior Test Analyst, Senior Business Analyst, Solutions Architect and Marketing Manager. So loads of opportunities, big growth in digital over there right now. So if this sounds up your street, then just follow the link on your screen now to apply. Third up, the famous charity Save the Children are looking for a senior media manager for multimedia and digital to join their London team. So if you've got a background in journalism or documentary production and you've worked in an international setting before, then this could be a really, really good role for you. So just click the link on your screen to apply. And finally, the Charities Aid Foundation are looking for a web and digital manager to join the team in Kings Hill in Kent. So if you're the type of person, if you've got broad digital skills encompassing mobile and web content, customer journeys, a good knowledge of web analytics and measurement frameworks, then this could be a really, really good role for you in a huge charity and a really good job to be a part of. So just click the link on your screen to apply. So moving on now to blogs, we've written lots of blogs this month all about offering you the best digital careers advice out there, if we do say so ourselves. First up, I wrote a blog this month about what to do when you don't hear back after an interview. Not a very nice situation to be in, but one that you can address professionally. The time waiting after an interview is extremely nerve-wracking. We've all been there, especially when you don't hear anything back. After waiting for a response, it's horrible. It's not a nice situation at all. But there are lots of reasons why you haven't heard back, and they're not always necessarily anything to do with you. Recruitment might have been suspended. They might still be interviewing. Well, there are some things that you can do when you don't hear back. Follow up. If the time elapsed after the interview is longer than they said it would be before you'd hear back from them, then it might be worth getting in contact with the hiring manager just to find out what's going on, asking for an update. I mean, you're well within your right. If they did say they said that they were going to they'd let you know within 2 weeks and it's been 3 or 4, you're well within your right to contact them and ask them for a quick update. Assess your interview performance. If you still haven't got an answer after chasing them, then it may be that you were unsuccessful and they're just not very professional company when it comes to getting back to unsuccessful candidates, which isn't nice, but it does happen. So think back to your interview and just try to pinpoint where you went wrong. Did you prepare properly? Did you feel out of your depth anywhere when you're being quizzed on anything? Or how confident were you in your answers to these questions? If you can figure out what it is that might have gone wrong, then this will give you something to work on for your next interview, despite not actually getting any feedback from the employer. So could help. But ultimately, move on and keep your head up. If you did manage to get feedback, great, but don't let it get you down. Treat it as like an important lesson to learn and something that you can build on in the future. So just once you've got it, or even if you haven't managed to get any feedback, just dive back into your job search, dive back into your recruiting and your company research, and maybe this role just wasn't meant for you. I mean, as long as you learn from the experience, you'll find a job before long and you'll find the perfect one for you. Also this month, Amy, our digital marketing manager, wrote a blog about 5 ways to increase your visibility on LinkedIn. Now, as we all know, LinkedIn is an invaluable platform when it comes to making connections, building a network, and finding new job opportunities. So it goes without saying that increasing your visibility will not only help to increase the size of your network, but it'll also help to get your name in front of key decision makers who can help you at different stages throughout your career. So to do this, it's important to do the following things. Participate in groups. LinkedIn groups are really, really useful. They can help you to discover content that's important to you, that you can share on other platforms, but you can also bounce ideas off like-minded individuals, and this will develop your voice within the industry and make you more active and visible on LinkedIn. Also, it's a good idea to publish content on LinkedIn Publisher. LinkedIn Publisher allows you to create and publish your own content on the platform, and once you've posted something, it will alert all your connections that you've created some new content, which is great. And if you do publish some of your own content, one of your connections may like or comment on it, which then means that your post will show up in their network and increase your content's reach throughout another network, therefore increasing your visibility to key decision makers and professionals. Also, make sure that you comment on other people's posts. If you really want to increase your visibility, make sure that you find good posts by other people, whether it's your connections or by doing a search on Publisher or Pulse, and comment on them and start a conversation, but only as long as what you're saying is worthwhile. It's useless commenting and for comment's sake. Because if it is worth saying, then this will remind people that you're there and that you're building your own personal brand and voice. Also, make the most of your professional headline. On LinkedIn, you'll have a professional headline, and by default, that will be your job title in your current company. But what not everyone seems to realize is that you can actually edit that. So if you want to, you could include more keywords so you're more easily found by recruiters and employers, or say you've got a rare, well sought after qualification, it would be a really good idea to put that in your professional headline, because it'll really make you stand out when people are doing searches for people on LinkedIn. Also, finally, engage with companies. I mean, there's bound to be a handful of companies that you would love to work for. So follow them on LinkedIn and interact with them by liking or commenting on their status updates or their news, but don't go over the top with it or comment on for the sake of commenting, as I said earlier, because otherwise you might end up doing more damage than good, because you want to be remembered when you do apply or recognised for all the right reasons, not the wrong ones. So now it's the time when you can ask us anything. So if you've got a question for us about anything to do with digital careers, from job applications, from CVs, work experience, anything like that, just use the Q&A feature and it will pop over my screen and I can answer it for you. So we actually had one coming in over the past few days leading up to the Hangout, because there is a contact form on our Hangout page, which I'll provide a link to, and you can submit questions in advance. And one of these was, I've got lots of experience using social media, but not worked in a role which focuses on social media management. How do I use that in applications? Well, with this, it's really important to focus on your experience of using social media in a professional setting and thinking about the skills that you've developed and the responsibilities you've taken on that match the job that you're applying for. So just take some time to scour the job spec, match up your skills and your experience with what they're looking for in their person requirements. And it's all about making your experience relevant from the role. So even if you print out the job spec, go through each requirement and write down how you're relevant to that and how you've got those experiences. That's a really good way of preparing your applications and making your application really relevant to the role, which not everyone does. So it might just be that you'll stand out more for doing that. So yeah, I don't think there are any more questions. No. Okay, so that's it for this month's Hangout. I hope you've enjoyed it. So links to all of the jobs featured and the blogs will be in the Hangout description and on the YouTube channel later on this afternoon. So if you'd like to apply for any jobs or read our blogs in more detail, you can do so via that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next month for next month's Hangout. Bye!